Assembly constituency MLA Susindro to commence construction of 8 houses for flood-affected victims of Kurai Haikrumako. Meitei Alliance writes to Union Home Minister not to renew Sioux agreement with Kuki militants. And India's active COVID-19 cases rise to 5,755, pregnant women among 4 dead. Chandigarh leads Indian in online shopping, surpassing Delhi and Hello, welcome to ELITETV's Prime Time English News Bulletin. I'm your host, Deemita. Now the news in detail. As celebrated in other parts of the world, Islam followers in Manipur, practically members of the Meitei Pangal community, also celebrated Eid-ul-Adha festival, which is one of the biggest festivals of Islam followers next to Eid-ul-Fitr. The celebration saw people gathering as mosque and masjid offering namaz, followed by fasting together and offering gifts to near and dear ones. In connection with the celebration of Eid-ul-Adha at Pauna Bajar Sadar Jama Masjid, Imam Maulana Khurshid Qasmi expressed that all human beings must show their gratitude to the Almighty for all the good things that they have received. He also stressed that man should not run after short-lived pleasures and enjoyments. He highlighted that this day of Eid-ul-Adha is celebrated in remembrance of the extreme sacrifice made by the Prophet Muhammad, where he sacrificed his only son in the name of Allah. Following this incident of the highest sacrifice, followers of Islam religion have been offering cattle, goat in the name of Allah and have been celebrating the festival of Eid-ul-Adha. He continued that this festival also teaches all human beings to live together in peace and harmony and to spread the message of mutual love and sharing amongst people of all communities.
Kathoga mapugi damang kathoki bagumna aigi apamba khudong chawa se kathoklaga aigi laiminari ba ikoi itininaw sing ikoi taibangmi ikoi masen se sida kathoga aigi itininaw kana gumagi damakta ikoi ge laiminari ba taibangmi masen sigi kana amagi nungai na bagi damakta aigi awab se ngatang kathoga aigi apamba se ngatang kathoga mahaki nungai han mahakpo nungai han kiba mahakpo ningmathung han kiba maduni masidagi tabiri ba parase Maram maduna ngasigi ni wila siyam na nungai ba numit amani masana matam pumbada ikoi se isagi apamba sikhato oina khandaba ikoi ge leminari ba singi su khanmin na ba nuksi na ba aduga kathok minaraga amaga sacrifice tawbugi wakhan se punna magna khandaba taragadi tamdu le ta ba nuksi chana ba adugumba onsi samajam oigani.
After several houses were destroyed in the flash floods that wreaked havoc in several parts of Manipur and more particularly in areas of Imphal East district, leaving several thousands homeless, Kurai Assembly constituency MLA El Susindro has announced that he shall commence construction of 8 houses in the first phase for the flood-affected victims of Kurai Haikrumako area. The announcement has been made today during inspection of the flood-affected victims at Kurai Haikrumako area. During the visit, MLA El Susindro also instructed the victims to ascertain their boundaries to commence the constructions of houses from tomorrow. Further, after distributing relief materials to 10,000 flood-affected victims in the past days, MLA Susindro has also distributed relief materials to another 2,000 flood-affected victims today.
Paisa yai mana yum kai basingje hayeng dagi sanaba athu madam hayeng dagi sanaba tawi sanaba order bi ra madam da
Meitei Alliance, in an open letter addressed to the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, has urged not to renew the suspension of operation with the armed Kuki militants. In the letter, Meitei Alliance has expressed that renewing the agreement would be to reward impunity, legitimize armed violence by the Kuki militants, and further destabilize Manipur and the northeastern region. Meitei Alliance further stated that after the initiation of the Sioux Agreement in 2008, the Kuki militant groups had exploited the arrangement as a shield for engaging in acts of terror. Under the very watch of the Central Security Forces, they committed repeated and blatant violations of the Sioux ground rules amounting to terrorism in the state Manipur. In the letter, Meitei Alliance further reiterated that the armed Kuki militants group, which have been the primary investigators and instigators and escalators of the violence in Manipur since May 2023, have used the Sioux Agreement as a cover to pursue a vested agenda that directly or indirectly contributed to infiltrations to Indian soil by large-scale illegal immigrants from Myanmar, who unscrupulously became Indian scheduled tribe, grab opportunities of India's affirmative actions, both land, founded settler colonies, and played important roles in ethnic democratic imbalance, deforestation and destruction of the harmonious ecosystem, illicit cross-border drug business, and the spread of the menace drug addiction in Manipur and other parts of India as well. The letter has appealed to the Union government to uphold the constitution, protect national security, and stand by the people of Manipur by formally ending this failed framework. Kokomi today, the 7th of June, has distributed relief materials including essential items of daily use for the flood-affected victims of Nagaram area who are currently taking shelter at the ISBT Kumalampak complex. Victims taking shelter at ISBT relief camp have expressed their gratitude to Kokomi for extending the much-needed support for them.
Waraba Sida Ising Chaubugi, Lepinamdagi relief came labor from Duda, Kitang were to Musibagi, Iba, Oche Aquina, except of the red, Aduga, Yamungaizare, Pukumi side to Busu, Mongon or Boysunu, Mating Pamba, Matangusu, Mating Pamba Gamba, Oysunu Hena, Aduga, Pukumi, Mekaidiki, Oina, Awaba, Mayam, Gitabak Subami, Sincho, Mating Pamba me to.
The All Manipur United Clubs Organization AMUCO and Manipur Students Federation MSF have been continuously extending support to the flood-affected victims of the state who are taking shelter in various relief camps. In continuation of its effort, today volunteers of AMUCO and MSF distributed relief materials and medicines along with medical kits for the victims taking shelter at Wangkai-Gaitila Sangbi Relief Camp. Today's event was organized by Wangkai-Ayangpali Diamond Club and Wangkai-Ayangpali Laimakaithel Apunbalub under the aegis of AMUCO and MSF. The relief materials were handed over through Naharol Sintha Kanglub and KS. The event was attended by AMUCO Vice President Dr. Norendra Thokchom, Secretary General Pratap Laishangthem, Secretary Publicity Haisnam Foreign, and important members and volunteers of MSF. All Manipur Chemist and Drug Association, Wangkai-Ayangpali Diamond Club, Wangkai-Ayangpali Laimakaithel Apunbalub, and Naharol Sintha Kanglub. A felicitation program of the recent Sahitya Academy Translation Awardees, National Sports Medalists, and coaches was held today at the Rendezvous Sanglan at Sagolbantera Lukram Lerag, being organized by Ima Wangthoibi Sports and Cultural Center, EWSCC. The felicitation program has been attended by Manipur Cultural Council President, retired IAS Kangjom Radhakumar, EWSCC President Yam Ibomcha, LLVWA President S. Dineshwar, LLVA President L. Shriti, and YBSA President A.C. Jayanta. Speaking on the occasion, Ima Wangthobi Sports and Cultural Center EWSCC General Secretary S. Ranbir expressed that since 2004, the center has been imparting training on judo and kuras event to several talented players from various districts across the state and have produced many state and national level medalists. He added that this felicitation program is being held to encourage and appreciate the hard work and achievements of the players and coaches of the state.
Songonman Saisida, Impan West, Sida Matamda, Center Si Mayang Panda, Malsa Inama Lerami, Chichalaga, Adu Matunda, LLYC Sports Center. Adu, second step La Pomatam, Mawang Tombi Sports Center, Kamara Lak, Sayam, Patim Tampanjake, Sanari was in Noam Kongakisu, Kanal Metrikisu, Akogi, Wakatan de Kisu. Any Impan West Kido is the Gisula, Punamara, I advisor Mayam, Tana Zaraga, Lukamere Sports Center, Hybrid, Mawang Tombi, History Kiloba, Ima, History Kiloba, Basilis Lane, Loina, I Wakal the Poxaki, I guess advisor Gayaba, no Zaraga. Manipur si Olympic Game the Su, Asian Game the Su, Hongdo Podinupan, Hongokagasu, Tung Goina, Sang Sina. My magi men nga ko sigi nupi nga to ko banina ay ko history na da le ma photo mamitar ko do na aina ima ga wai season na aina ima ji ima wang to history ke lo ba ay ko lai ha to te le si mami si ima da ina kurun jarga ima season zage har ga ma wang to sports and culture center aina to zage ban.
And now let's take a short break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Puya Printing Committee Sarangthem Sagai gi Yumda Rol gi Puya English ani kunga manga Chanam Pukri Mapal Imphal na thokpa jerol amagi matung inna Manipur gi tongan ba kungang lekai cham ga kuntaret lomda kunda aduna leiriba Sarangthem Sagai gi Sagai cha punamaki haurakfam maming matha yek sala yauba ahanba amadi anisuba Sarangthem Sagai gi Yumda Rol Puya fongkraba tungda ahum suba Puya asi fongnabagi damakta Sagai cha singi data lokhatpa haujare Sagai cha singna English ani taragi matungda lakpa Sagai gi mausing amadi icha isu singi maming matha khongatpagi thabak asida chitha nanthaba tawdanaba makhada pizariba contact number 708554455 amadi 8837335894 da paw phawiraknaba nolukna ningsingjari ba Sarangthem Somorendro amadi Sarangthem Ibopisak
Manipur University of Culture the affiliate tauba UGC gi guidelines su follow tawriba Ka Manipur Hindustani Sangit Mahavidyalaya Kakching da tha taragi oiba foundation course amagi admission haujare hiram sing adudi Hindustani music vocal tabla guitar sitar nat sankirtan pung isai cholom Manipuri folk traditional amadi classical dance loina na English Manipuri cultural studies amadi computer science akakna basit masingni hana lakpa mahiru singda khudong chawa pijagani last date of admission 31st July 2025 institute asigi graduate singna SSC MPSC UPSC examination sing thaba yai akupa marol gidamak 9378018891 or 9856334264 da dial w natraga Mahavidyalaya asigi principal ga office award tanabiyu
ayhangna taibang khongda jarakibase kumjali singamaga samapal humphudra 1970 mas ke kunipar lamtagina kunma thoinipan ba thang janamit ke ayuk pung mapanda ayha taibang phaurakki lol leijaba phije leijaba lining leijaba maitai phurupse amtadi ningkha tamna lining mikha pondabasu oirasi
Welcome back again. You're watching ELITETV's Primetime English News Bulletin. India's active COVID-19 case tally rose to 5,755 with 391 fresh cases reported in the past 24 hours, according to the latest data from the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare released on Saturday morning. At least 4 deaths were reported in the same period. Of the 4 deaths reported in the past 24 hours, 1 each was recorded in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. The disease included a 45-year-old woman with a 9-month pregnancy. The other 3 were elderly with previous health conditions like hypothyroidism and respiratory conditions. The Bengaluru stampede during the RBC victory celebrations outside the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium that killed 11 people has caused a major upheaval in the Karnataka State Cricket Association KSCA, as Sankar and E.S. Jairam have resigned from their respective posts as Secretary and Treasurer of the cricketing body. The duo took moral responsibility for the tragedy that unfolded on Wednesday amid a probe into the incident. Bhatt and the 2 officials who resigned and submitted to the Karnataka High Court that the association was not responsible for gate and crowd management. The submission added that they had sought permission to hold RBC IPL celebration at Vidhan Soda. The Bengaluru stampede occurred after the felicitations of the players who won RCB's first ever IPL title. The initial felicitation was organized at the Vidhan Soda and it passed off without any major glitz. Chaos erupted outside the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, where lax coverage following RCB's social media invitations asking fans to attend a ceremony there. The invite was eventually deleted. Chandigarh has quietly emerged as India's most digital-savvy shoppers' paradise, outclassing metro giants in online spending habits. Nearly 69% of its households are now active e-commerce consumers, according to an analysis by the Economic Times based on data from the Ministry of Statistics Modular Survey. Once seen as the stronghold of digital retail, megacities like Delhi and Mumbai have been edged out. Delhi recorded 48.3% of the households shopping online, well behind Chandigarh. A large Russian drone and missile attack targeted Ukraine's eastern city of Kharkiv on Saturday, the 7th of June, killing at least 3 people and injuring 21, local Ukrainian officials said. The Russian barrage, the latest in near-daily wide-scale attack by Moscow, included deadly aerial glide bombs that have become part of the fierce Russian attacks in the 3-year war. Kharkiv's mayor Ihor Terikov said that attack also damaged 18 apartment buildings and 13 private homes. Citing preliminary data, he said Russia used 48 Shahed drones, 2 missiles and 4 aerial glide bombs in the attack. The intensity of the Russian attacks on Ukraine over the past weeks has further dampened hopes that warning signs could reach a peace deal anytime soon days, especially after Kyiv recently embraced the Kremlin with a surprising drone attack on military airfields deep inside Russia. The attack also came after US President Donald Trump said his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin told his Moscow would respond to Ukraine's attack on Sunday on Russian military airfields. For ELITETV News Channel, contact at email address info@elitetv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and X for more information. And now let's take a look at the headlines once again. Islam followers celebrate Eid-ul-Adha in Manipur. Kurai Assembly Constituency MLA Susindro to commence construction of 8 houses for flood-affected victims at Kurai Hekrumako. Muay Alliance writes to Union Home Ministry not to renew sue agreement with Kuki militants. India's active COVID-19 cases rise to 5,755. Pregnant women among 4 dead. And Chandigarh leads India in online shopping, surpasses Delhi and Mumbai. And that's a wrap for today. For more updates, keep watching ELITETV's English News. Thank you and have a great evening.